The White House is set to announce it will purchase Thompson facility in Illinois in a move to bring in a limited number of suspected terrorists from Guantanamo Bay prison in Cuba to the United States. The proposal is meeting some resistance from critics who say it's dangerous. But Illinois Governor Pat Quinn supports the idea, saying it will bring jobs to the area. For a fair and balanced debate, let's bring in Democratic consultant and former legal counsel for the full House Judiciary Committee, Julian Epstein, and Doug Heye, former communications director for Republican Senator Richard Burr, and for Michael Steele when he was Lieutenant Governor of Maryland. Great to see you guys. First of all, I want to play a soundbite very quickly from Senator Mitch McConnell. Actually, a full-screen quote. Let me read it to you. This is what he had to say about this. The American people and a bipartisan majority of the Congress have already rejected bringing terrorists to U.S. soil for long-term detention, and current law prohibits it. The administration has failed to explain how transferring terrorists to Gitmo North will make Americans safer than keeping these terrorists off of our shores in the secure facility in Cuba. So, you know, I got to say, Julian, a lot of folks say they've got to go somewhere now.
Well, you know, Mitch McConnell maybe needs to go back to his first year in law school. There's nothing in the law that prevents this from happening. In fact, we've had many terrorists housed in civilian facilities previously. And look, this is not just the administration. This is Secretary Gates, who was President Bush's Secretary of Defense. This is General Petraeus. John McCain was very critical of Gitmo. A number of major retired generals have come out and all said that Gitmo is a public relations stain on the United States when we're trying to convince most of the rest of the world, including most of the rest of the Muslim world, to be on the right side of this fight against terrorism, Islamic extremism, and fascism. And this is a very, very important step, and President Obama has lots of support on the Republican side for this kind of thing.
Doug?
Well, if you look at the polling, it's not just Illinois. It's obviously the trials in New York, too. Voters are not comfortable with this. Really, if you look at independent voters, people who might have voted for Barack Obama but are unhappy with him right now, they don't like this. Certainly Dick Durbin does in Illinois, and the governor does, but voters there don't. And that really manifests itself in practical politics. Barack Obama's Senate seat is up for grabs right now. The race is going down to the wire, and for a likely Democratic candidate, Alexis Giuliana's, it is not something that he wants. It complicates his campaign. And, you know, I'm a big Neil Diamond fan, and I don't think this is what he was referring to when they said they're coming to America. And really, voters are upset about this. And it's
well,
New York,
but I think
Illinois,
what Doug just said
is very.
I think what Doug is saying is very, very important here for the following reason. There's no legal reason why we can't bring the Gitmo detainees to civilian facilities in Illinois. There is every foreign policy reason because, as I say, we're trying to convince most of the rest of the world to be on the right side of this fight. What Doug is saying is that for some voters, they get a little bit nervous about this because when you say we're going to bring terrorists onto U.S. soil, people just kind of have a reflexive reaction to it. And therefore, what Mitch McConnell is doing is just looking to play politics. But there's no real legal or foreign policy reason why we shouldn't be doing this. This just comes down to politics, nothing more.
Well, Doug, critics do say that placing these guys on U.S. soil makes wherever they're put a target, a bullseye for terrorists who want to come and attack the United States.
Well, sure. You know, I don't think anybody expects that there would be a 24 Jack Bauer type situation. But politics actually do play matters in this. The president is not popular with his liberal base right now. Obviously, you've been talking about health care a great deal this morning. The left is furious at what may be happening with the public option. They do like this. This is the one minority, the one segment of the population that actually likes this. And Barack Obama is playing politics to them. I think Mitch McConnell's right to stand up and say no. And Illinois voters are saying no. Again, Illinois independents in New York, people who voted for Barack Obama but really are unsure, as we're seeing his poll numbers drop faster than prices in a Walmart ad, are uneasy with this. And that's important.
Yeah, but Doug, you wouldn't say General Petraeus is playing politics. You wouldn't say John McCain is playing politics. You wouldn't say Secretary Gates is playing politics. You wouldn't say the whole chorus of generals who have said that Gitmo is a public relations disaster for this country abroad. You wouldn't say that they're playing politics, would you?
No, certainly not. But I would hope that we concentrate more on what's best for the country, what's best for our security than public relations. Obviously, Barack Obama is very popular overseas. You know, we saw that last week with the Nobel Peace Prize. A great speech by President Obama, really. But it comes down to what's in our best national interest for security. And,
you don't think
and the president
Gates
really hasn't. Well, I don't think the president has really given an explanation for that. It seems a lot of people are saying, why not, when the president needs to stand
Well, I think that, again, I would be loath to say that Petraeus, Gates, all the other generals are playing politics. McCain, who was critical of Gitmo, and I think the president has been clear about this. This is a public relations disaster for this United States when we are trying to bring Europe, Asia, and large swaths of the Muslim and the Arab world onto the right side of this fight. Gitmo has become a symbol of everything that we did wrong in the last 8 years, and there's nothing from a legal or security point of view that is really in any way compromised by the transfer of these guys to these terrorists to the facility in Illinois.
So
there's just nothing at all. Nobody has made a compelling case against it.
You don't think this will be a political disaster for President Obama or whoever is going up for the Democrat going up against?
No, I hardly think it will be a political disaster. I think that there will be some nervousness, and the moment that you see these prisoners transferred to the prison in Illinois and nothing occurs and everything goes smoothly the way when we prosecuted the Trade Center bombers in 1993, that went flawlessly. I think as soon as you see the transition to the civilians facility in Illinois, it will not be a political disaster and the nervousness will evaporate.
Well, just very quickly, President Obama says he wants to close the Gitmo facility within the year, but we had a guest on earlier today who said there ain't no way that's going to happen. Speaking of PR nightmares, will that be a PR nightmare for the president? Julian?
I think it'll be difficult to get it closed within a year. I would agree with that, but I think that you can begin the transition process of shutting it down, and I think that's a smart thing for the president, particularly in terms of this international fight that we're engaged in.
Julian and Doug, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Thank you, Julian.